Alright. I didn't need to go to that. Oopsies. Oh well. Let's go to YouTube. Hello there, YouTube people of the YouTube. Alright, let me go here to my channel. Pull up the live stream so I can see how many people are watching or not in real time. Let's test this out. I'm going to talk and stuff, and I want to see. Okay. Or not. Real time. So I can't really make myself any louder, I realized, because for whatever reason, oh, this is probably echoing, but if I pull up a song, let's just go documents, pictures, no, let's go to does it stream the audio from that? I wonder. I wonder. It is way louder than I am. Way louder. Turn that way down. Alright, now turn that up. I'm going to talk over it though. I turned it way down. I don't know if you can hear that, so I'm going to turn that way down. Alright, now turn that up. I'm going to talk over it though. I turned it way down. I don't know if you can hear that, so I'm going to... Yeah, now I'm going to go back to... I'm going to turn it back on. And I'm going to talk over it for the sake of this, so that way I can just test all that. And I want to see where the music balance is. Yeah, now I'm going to go back to... I'm going to turn it back on. And I'm going to talk over it for the sake of this, so that way I can just test all that. And I want to see where the music balance is. Yay, don't you love test streams where I just try everything out? Okay, yeah, I'm listening to the song, but I keep forgetting, like, talk over it and stuff, so... Let's see. Hi, I'm talking back here, yada yada. Yay, don't you love test streams where I just try everything out? Okay, yeah, I'm listening to the song, but I keep forgetting, like, talk over it and stuff, so... Let's see. Hi, I'm talking back here, yada yada. Okay, now I'm talking over the audio. All that fun stuff. What if I just turn this way down and then turn it up higher on this? That would probably work better because I'm just hearing... I'm hearing it cranked through my headset so loud that it's not even funny. But I want to be able to still hear it a little bit on my end. Okay, I'll talk over this. Is that cranked too much? Probably like there would be better. Song is called Real Money, but I think Feel Acts, by the way. Yeah. Cool. Let's see how that sounded. I'll mute myself this time so it doesn't echo the entire, whatever. Okay, trying this again because last time it wasn't. It was almost too quiet. Let's see, how about that? Does that sound good? Hopefully that sounds good. I just want to know if I ever want to like play songs or my music or anything over this. We could. I could. All that fun, happy. Woo! 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 Alright, that's enough for right now. Alright, now I know I can play my music or any music and what level it should be at. So, I see that there is indeed somebody here now. Thank you for joining. What should I talk about? I wonder. I am not quite sure what to make this discussion about. Maybe I should talk about music. Right now I know I can play my... Oh, okay. Oops, did not mean to do that. So, new Ministry album gonna be coming out soon. They're re-recording parts of With Sympathy and Twitch. That'll be my topic for a moment from now. 1 minute. So Ministry is doing a new album. And like I said, it's going to be a re-recording of Twitch and With Sympathy, or at least parts of each, along with some other stuff. So I'm excited for that, honestly. I think the probably the biggest thing that I'm excited about is hearing the With Sympathy tracks, but done with the industrial vibe. I personally honestly really like the first album as well as Twitch, but I know that Al himself highly dislikes it. So I don't know. Not always the biggest like I don't know, I listen to more of their early synthwave and or industrial stuff. Like I guess if you want to call Twitch industrial, I think technically it's called EBM. But industrial, I guess, would be close enough. But that synthwave album with Sympathy is just so solid. Such a solid album. It's the first album that really got me big into ministry. I mean, I knew Jesus Built My Hot Rod, and I had the Supernaut single, the Thousand Homo DJs single, but the first album that was yeah, I really need to listen to. I really want to listen to this was With Sympathy. But I also am big into synth pop and synth wave stuff and new wave. I think it was Revenge came on the Pandora, the streaming service on at work one time at one of my old places I used to work, and I was like, oh yeah, this is it. And I bought a vinyl copy With Sympathy that day, and kept going every day I'd go to work. I'd turn on the thing to listen to the music. I think it was on a TV or a monitor they could pull up for the music to play, and I'd went on YouTube and found With Sympathy and just played the album over and over and over again to hopefully not any customers' dismay, but they didn't stay in there long enough to hear the whole album 3 times. But I listened to the crap out of it, like a lot. One moment. Okay. Sorry about the random loud noises and stuff. One moment. I know that somebody is there. I'm just not sure whomst yet. I will talk momentarily. I'm just currently trying to do something off to the side. So I apologize if it's not very fun to watch at the moment, as I'm not really discussing any of the topics. Current topic I was talking about was music. I was talking about the quote-unquote new Ministry album that's coming out. If anyone wants me to change the subject of whatever I'm talking about, go for it. Let me know in the thing. We can talk about pretty much anything. Okay. One moment. I have returned. So Ministry's putting out that new album. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm not sure if it's going to be everything that I'm like hoping for. Probably not. I don't dislike their industrial rock or industrial metal albums, but truthfully, I listen to more of the synthwave stuff. Don't get me wrong, I've listened to, Land of Rape and Honey through Psalm 69 a bunch. I know that's literally only like 3 albums. And of course, Thousand Homo DJs, absolutely phenomenal. Listen to some Revolting Cocks. The Linger Fickin' Good. That's a pretty, solid album. Listen to that one quite a bit. But when it comes to, industrial, like industrial metal, I guess I would say I haven't really gotten super, super deep into it. Beyond, if you even consider Downward Spiral or Broken by Nine Inch Nails, which I don't even listen to Downward Spiral very often. I got, the A side I'd listen to, and then by the time I get to the B side, it just doesn't stick with me personally. But what's another industrial metal album? Oh, Candy Ass by Orgy. I listen to that one a lot, actually. But maybe that would be industrial rock too. Where do you draw the line between industrial metal and industrial rock? Like, Pretty Hate Machine has distorted guitars, but that's not considered an industrial metal album. That's considered an industrial rock album. Things like that. I've listened to a little bit of what are some others? I don't know, like Front 242. That wouldn't be industrial metal. That would be like EBM or just straight industrial, like techno almost, or Lords of Acid. That'd be like industrial techno. But maybe like Fear Factory, or I guess Mind or Psalm 69 era Ministry, because then eventually they went to thrash metal. But some of those songs on Houses of the Mole or Mole, there's that little apostrophe over the E, I believe. So is it Mole, or House of the Holy, like that Led Zeppelin album? I don't know, but I'm trying to think. I can't think of an actual like proper industrial metal band that I've actually gotten into. Maybe White Zombie a little bit when I was younger, and Marilyn Manson. When I was younger, I guess, but I never got deep into Manson either. I got his greatest hits and probably the two biggest CDs. Oh, what are they called? I can't even remember which one had the beautiful people on it. That's how little I got into Marilyn Manson. Um, yeah, why? Is it Antichrist Superstar? Is that the one that is personal? Not personal, Jesus. Beautiful people? I'm not sure. Now I'm drawing a complete blank on that. But that is greatest hits. It has the Tainted Love cover. It's got Personal Jesus. A lot of his obviously greatest hits. Rob Zombie, Hellbilly Deluxe. That was kind of like a staple album to have just because all three singles are like huge hits. White Zombie, they got their four really, really big songs. Thunder Kiss 65, More Human Than Human, Black Sunshine, and Supercharger Heaven. They also got that cover of God of Thunder by Kiss. That's right, there's that one. I'm Your Boogeyman, I don't know, I didn't really listen to that one as much. White Zombie and Rob Zombie, like both bands, I never got huge into, but I know a lot of people just love White Zombie. Like, it's a huge thing. One second. But I personally didn't get huge into either. I tried. I have like Rob Zombie's greatest hits and like a handful of his albums. I also have the two biggest White Zombie albums. And dang, I can't think of another industrial metal band that I've gotten into other than Ministry. And even then, like I said with Ministry, it's more I listen to more of the synth stuff, the With Sympathy and Twitch era, and then the singles that all kind of encompass that era, like I'm Falling, there's that one, and then All Day, Nature of Love. I think it was just the three pretty much, because Cold Life is it's the B-side to I'm Falling, or the track 3 technically, but it's its own single too as the A-side with more songs for the B-side and stuff. I don't know, I enjoy pretty much all of the Ministry releases from I'm Falling and With Sympathy through Psalm 69, but I lean more towards the pre-Land of Rape and Honey stuff. And then there's 1,000 Homo DJs is cool. I have the original 12-inch single for Super Not, and then I digitally I bought all the deluxe edition of the EP, so it's got like Super Not, obviously, which I already had, and Hey Asshole, that's the B-side, and then Better Ways and Apathy, which I said those backwards, but and then it has the Supernaut remix from I think the early 2000s. I don't know if it's the same one that's on Ministry's Greatest Hits. There's so many probably different versions of it. Then there's a dub of Supernaut, I believe, and then of course the at one point long sought after Trent Reznor vocal version, which I listened to the Al Jorgensen one for so long because it was on Nativity in Black, the Black Sabbath tribute, which is actually how I got introduced to Ministry pretty much, was through 1,000 Homo DJs. And then later on, I think I found Lamb of God's cover album, Burn the Priest, back around at the time when it came out probably. I had heard about it, and it had their cover of Jesus Built My Hot Rod. Mind you, that was only almost 10 years ago that album came out. But I wasn't into Ministry. I wasn't listening to it. You know, it wasn't something that when I was like a young teenager or anything my parents had. I think they played Jesus Built My Hot Rod one time because they were like, oh wow, that's, you know, a throwback for them kind of thing. But that was a long time ago. And then I found that Burn the Priest album, and it was like, whoa, this is cool. But then I never really thought much about it. And then I started getting more into Ministry, and pretty much Supernaut, the song, is what kind of like opened that door at first to like industrial and more like techno elements in music like that. Mind you, I was already into like synth pop and synth wave, you know, Matthew Wilder, Wham, Dead or Alive a little bit at the time. I got bigger into Dead or Alive later, but stuff like that. And then I got into a bit more into Ministry. Found Pretty Hate Machine by Nine Inch Nails. That was like this like awakening moment of like, holy shit, this is awesome. And then right around that time I was listening to more Ministry, and I knew briefly that they had a synthwave album or something, but wasn't sure, didn't go out of my way to listen to it. Revenge popped on the radio playlist mix thing at work where I was working at the time. It was on like Pandora or whatever they had used. I think maybe it was even on YouTube shuffling, whatever. But it popped up there. I was like, okay, this is it. This is awesome. And I was like, okay, I need to go buy this album. Bought it same day, like as soon as I could. It was mine. Bought the vinyl copy. It's like it's an original pressing. It's a U.S. pressing. The UK pressings, or the EU, not UK, the European Union pressings. I don't think the UK would be considered that. Whatever. Those are like insanely rare and like hundreds of dollars because it's got the alternate cover, the alternate track listing. One of the songs is a different title. That would be one that would be like awesome to get my hands on, but it's not worth it because it's all just, it's not like, you know, there's two different songs. It's just one of the songs is titled something else on the sleeve kind of thing. But all in all, that there was like my introduction to Ministry. Got into With Sympathy. That was like another life-altering experience. Possibly, I don't know if I'd say probably more than Pretty Hate Machine. Well, Pretty Hate Machine was the thing that like opened the door, and then With Sympathy just like ripped the door off the hinges kind of thing. Like, okay, this is badass. I enjoy this. How do I take this sound, Pretty Hate Machine, and like everything else that I listen to, and like mash it all together? Because up until that point, I was just huge into hardcore punk, like huge into it. You know, Minor Threat, TSOL, what's some of the, you know, Adolescence, Youth Brigade, Black Flag. Oh wow, shit. First real concert, I think, like real concert. Like I'd seen bands live and stuff before, but first like real, like I'm gonna go to a big concert kind of thing or a big event was Black Flag. And it was like, you know, saw them live. That was sick. What's some other great, you know, some other punk bands to listen to, but got huge into early Offspring. And then from listening to the early Offspring songs, I got into some of the later stuff, like early meaning self-titled. Pretty much, I got the self-titled Offspring album because it was basically, you know, TSOL, but not TSOL. It even had the same producer, I think, as Dance With Me and Beneath the Shadows by TSOL, and maybe even Change Today. I don't know. I don't know too much about the Joe Wood era of TSOL beyond like Change Today, but had the same dude producing, similar sound, just solid album in my opinion. It was enjoyable. Another album that I was huge into was Undisputed Attitude by Slayer. It introduced me to so many more punk bands like Verbal Abuse, DI. Oh my goodness, I'm forgetting what half of the bands that actually play on it. I know there's only like, in the end, there's only really like 6 of them that are on like that Slayer punk covers album that they covered, just because so many of the songs are Verbal Abuse covers. There's like 6 of them. I know there's Minor Threat. There's like 2 DI songs, 3 Minor Threat songs. Suicidal Tendencies. I was already into Suicidal Tendencies a bit, the band. Subliminal is, fantastic song. That first album I enjoyed fairly, thoroughly. Listened to a lot of the songs of it. There's some that I could leave, but what is this? Undisputed Attitude. I apologize for the coughing. So technically 4 songs, but the first 2 medleys are Verbal Abuse. Then there's TSOL. That was Pap Smear, but that was technically one of the dudes from Slayer. This is like previous band. Minor Threat. Verbal Abuse again. Minor Threat again. Spiritual Law by DI. Mr. Freeze by Dr. No. Violent Pacification by DRI, that's right. Richard Hung Himself by DI, which was technically, I think that was an Adolescence song, or was it Adolescence or The Descendants? One of the two. Then there was that, like, Very Much So Changed, who is Iggy Pop or Stooges song, and then Gemini, which is the only original Slayer song. So in the end, that's 1 band, 2 bands, 3 bands, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for 14 songs on the standard version. It's only 8 different bands that they covered. But yeah, like a solid half, not half, solid like maybe third of the album is Verbal Abuse covers, which is funny. But it's still a solid album, And then on like the European edition of the album, there's a GBH cover. And then on the Japanese version, there is a cover of Memories of Tomorrow. That's right. It came flooding really fast, so I started saying it. Memories of Tomorrow by Suicidal Tendencies, which let me think. Yes. There was that by Suicidal Tendencies, and then that was also released. Oh, where was that released? They had a big box set. I think it was Soundtrack to the Apocalypse is what it's called. It was on that, and that was pretty cool. So I actually got the Japanese exclusive track from the Soundtrack to the Apocalypse, so it worked out. And I don't have the what is that other one called? I don't have the Sick Boy cover that they did on the European version. Technically I do, but I have a European vinyl copy or whatever with the bonus track, and I left it sealed because, well, it's an EU copy, and it's sealed vinyl, so I decided, I found a sealed one, so I'm not going to open it, and and all that fun stuff. I decided to keep it, keep it not open. So, what else could I talk about? What's another album? What's another album? What's the other topic? I could switch topics. I don't know, I could do a lot of things. I'm not sure what I would want to do yet. What time is it? It is getting late, though. It's almost 1:30. Could go play a song for everyone to listen to. I don't know. I do see that there is somebody in the comments or in the stream here. Hello. Hello, stream watching person there. I don't know what to talk about. I had a whole like hour plus long stream, or not hour plus. It was only, I think it was 58 minutes in the end long stream about topics about like the occult and trauma-based mind control. That was like the main topic, and this is kind of the after show that I decided to do because I wanted to talk about other things, you know, spice it up. I don't know what to talk about. Let's see. Some bands that are like would be cool to be able to see live that I would never be able to see live. How about that? That sounds like a great topic, actually. Some bands that would be great to see live, but probably would never get to, or ones I know I would never get to. I think the first big one that would be great would have been Typo Negative. Just because of how into them I was for such a long, extended period of time. And I do not have a viewer anymore. Dang. I was for such a long ones. I know great topic, actually. Some bands that would be great to see live, but probably would never get to, or ones I know I would never get to. I think the first big one that would be great would have been Typo Negative. Just because of how into them I was for such a long. Whoa, that's cranked. That's loud. Okay. Alright, well, now that I've had that discussion, conversation, topic, talking, I think now is the time that I will end the stream. Thank you to anyone who stopped by or watched this VOD. If you're interested in me talking about more random stuff like that, then feel free to subscribe or check out more videos. Maybe I'll do something again like this probably soon. I don't know if this is going to be turning into an everyday kind of thing, but probably a fairly reasonably often kind of thing. Alright. I'm going to play a song, and I'm going to go. So you guys have a good one. Alright, thanks everyone who stopped by. I hope all goes well for everyone, and peace out. Have a good night.